Gotta love the edited versions.
Gotta love it. Doesn't that one bring you back?
It absolutely does.
Dude, it's crazy because you know what? We were little demons listening to this stuff. I don't know, maybe third, fourth grade, listening to fucking Trick Daddy. I remember, stupid activities in school. They'd be like, "Who's your favorite music?" And "Who's your favorite?" I like Trick Daddy.
It's Trick Daddy. Who the hell's Trick Daddy?
And the kid next to you was like, "Goo Goo Gaga." The teacher's like, "What the fuck are we raising?"
Yeah, no, that was me and me growing up. I remember I got a Fat Joe CD one year for Christmas from a relative, and my mom confiscated it. I don't think I got it for like 5 or 6 years afterwards. So I was listening to some old hits, man. 6 years later,
dog. What a word to use! Like it's some sort of contraband. She confiscated it.
Snatched that shit up real quick as soon as she heard the first song. Said, "My son won't be listening to this."
What was your first album? Was it Fat Joe then?
Yeah.
What a path they set you on at an early age. Whoever gave you that Fat Joe album, bless them.
Give Joe Fat Joe album.
Bless them. They're going Christmas shopping like, oh, this will be good for little Joe. This will be good.
I want to say it was maybe like 7 or 8 at the time. Someone gifted me a Fat Joe album. Like, absolutely.
That's so good, man. That's so good. Look at this. I'm peeping. We got new digs back there, man. You got a new whole set. Wow. Yeah. Look at that setup. You got a Jumbotron up in there. RPO SportsTalk making the big bucks.
Maybe I can get one even bigger here soon. But no, yeah, moved into the new house, got my own space. Was kind of splitting the space at the old crib, so it's just nice to have a designated area where I can help me grow this, man, and eventually one day, this is all we do, man. Who knows?
Man area, area.
Sky's the limit. And enjoying my Irish coffee this morning.
There you go. I'm drinking that mud water. You already know. We just splash some coffee grounds into some water and we send it. We absolutely send it, man. No, it's always the best. I mentioned this to you the other day. It's like, you're setting up the new spot. I was just setting up some stuff down here as well. It's like, it seems for me as a guy, it's like, what's the biggest thing I care about? I'm always, whenever I'm in a new place, I'm trying to set up my area. It's like, where am I putting the TV? Yeah. Am I that much of a DJ to think, where's this TV got to go? It's got to be in a specific angle for me.
No, I mean, I agree. I try to envision mine because even when I'm working at home, this is where I'm working from. It's like I'd like to be able to have that background or just peek off to the distance. Throw a baseball game on midday if there is one on or whatever. I mean, March Madness. It's nice to just have that. So that was probably one of the first things I was like, okay, let's set this office up around this TV.
Yeah, that's dope.
How am I going to be able to watch sports all day? But a simple head turn, that's all it takes, man. Simple head turn. What's great is this is work. This is work. This is sports. Right? So I'm working. I'm not working, right? So,
hey, I appreciate that you have the 2 monitors for work. That shows your dedication and work ethic to the workplace. 100%. There's only one. Exactly. It's 4x compared to sports, right? So cut my guy some slack. Yeah. You guys in the comments talking about, shut the fuck.
He ain't working. Who is?
He will. Blessings, man. Blessings. Next thing I want to pull up here. It's a 10-year anniversary. No, not my 10-year anniversary. You already know I just locked it down. Not my boys either. But it's a big 10-year anniversary. On would you say an iconic figure in sports? It's been 10 years since we've seen him.
I would say so. I would absolutely agree. If you're our age, you grew up with Coach Kent Murphy.
Coach Kent.
Tick like this. See you in hell, big boy. Woo!
He was ahead of his time, no? Ahead of his time. He brought swag back to Baseball.
Kirk Gibson. Hepatitis, see you later. Please.
Look at that technique.
Asshole. Fuck you, Chucky. Donkey dicks. Don't wake daddy. Freedom. Gone forever. Aaron Hernandez.
That's the best one. I don't think we quoted him more than that line right there. Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, man, what a classic. What a classic. Talk about changing the game forever.
Time flies, man.
It's crazy.
I didn't feel like it was that long ago Coach Kent Murphy came out. And some people watching probably don't even know who he is. If you don't, he's got a great YouTube series. Go check it out. It's hilarious.
If you don't know, now you know.
I don't know if he's active or not, so I'd have to check that out.
I have no idea. I think he kind of fell off after that, right? Like, what was the follow-up? Like that went viral. What did he hit us with next? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Shit. Speaking of Aaron Hernandez, man, they're coming out with a Florida Gators documentary. I don't know if you saw that. Florida Gators, Johnny Manziel, all these, I think it's Untold Truths on Netflix. They're partnering with ESPN. Should be crazy to follow that Florida team, man. What a squad.
Oh, yeah.
You had Tim Tebow, obviously, the golden child, arguably the greatest college football player of all time. Hate him, love him. You can't doubt his success at the college level. He was a monster. Right? He was on the squad. You had Aaron Hernandez. At the time, obviously not as polarizing, but now, years later, we're starting to figure out, he had some shenanigans going on in college. I guess they're even worse than shenanigans, right? It's not just partying or what have you. Trying to kill somebody is, that's up there.
Would you put them second all time behind the 01 Miami Hurricanes for most known iconic college football team ever? They gotta be close second, I would think, right?
I think so. Man, that Florida squad was so followed. It was the team. Late 2000s. It was the squad. They had incredible talent rolling through the year in and year out. Even right before Tebow. Think about the team in 06. I think they made a title run with Chris Leak, right? Man, just dominant.
Yeah.
Dominant. They had Riley Cooper. I don't know if you remember that name. Racist. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty neat to see that stuff. And then obviously Johnny Manziel, Johnny Foosball, shit. Talk about falling off a cliff. I mean, he was at rock bottom 2 years later.
If only he was around when NIL deals are out, man.
Oh, you are right. Did he miss that or
I feel
what?
so bad for some of these guys, man. Like Reggie Bush, dude. These guys would have just raked in the dough, man.
Because Johnny was in maybe when we were in college, right? And in college, all the darties and shit like that. Everybody's rocking jerseys. You know how many people had knockoff Johnny Manziel jerseys and shit like that?
Yeah.
Holy, you're right. He would have gotten the bag. He would have made 10x of what he did in the pros. 10x. R.I.P. Johnny Manziel. Not him specifically, but that career. Holy hell.
Career over.
You got that other vid that I sent over?
Oh yeah.
You guys got to see that, man.
Let me pull it up.
Every time I hop on social media, because I'm trying to get active with y'all. Every time I hop on social media, I've been seeing stuff like this AI phenomenon. This is the wildest shit ever. I mean, we're essentially acting like puppets online. Now, don't get me wrong. If they're going to send me a bag to act like a puppet, I would consider it. But my goodness, to see every breathing organism out here trying to collect, it's just pretty sad, man. I don't know about your thoughts, but this is kind of wild.
Let's play it.
I think Joy is broken.
Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Fire. Yes. Ice cream so good. Gang gang. Yes, 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 yes. Take
What
it,
the?
take it toy. Gang gang. Take it ras, take it Nia. Gang gang. That was good. Coconut. Hey, huh? Gang gang. Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Gang gang. Ice cream.
Look, man, there's one word to describe that, like these type of people, just talentless. Like they can't do anything special, but go online and act like a fucking idiot. Um,
Simply put, huh?
we have too many people, whether it's young, old, man. I mean, yeah, heck, even our generation. It's like people are just trying to make it online no matter what, doing the dumbest shit, man. I mean, our generation,
God.
I think it starts with us, but man, we just completely destroyed all morals. I mean, the OnlyFans like just phenomenon right now, dude. It's everybody's hopping on it to try to
Oh
make
my
a quick
God.
buck. Like it's sickening to watch this shit happen, man. But
Dude,
your
you're
life,
right.
it's your life.
the
Ruin it.
only
Ruin
the
it.
OnlyFans phenomenon. Oh my God. It's like every single person, you're like, what? She's a senator.
My goodness.
She was my kindergarten teacher. What? Holy hell.
It's just that's the play now. People literally pay to watch you make a fool of yourself.
It's facts.
I got a
Facts.
number. I got a number to act like a fool, but it ain't for what they're making.
We all got a number, right? How much you gonna take? Oh my God. I don't know. Did Jackass start it? That just popped into my head. Did
No.
Jackass start it? No.
No. I think like are you talking about like the whole prank thing?
I mean, just being
I think like was it FouseyTube on YouTube? I think he was big into pranks and it got a lot of other people. And then just Nelk made it mainstream, man. Like as far as
Oh yeah, they blew
that
it
avenue
away.
acting like a fool. But it's funny because they've really gotten away from
Shout
that.
out to the Nelk boys.
Um,
You guys are something else.
I know. I remember when
Holy
we were
shit.
watching them when they were super, super small, and now they're just all over the place. I will say their Happy Dad drink is dog water, though. Work on that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. A couple of those flavors are unsippable.
Ugh.
Can't have that.
Yeah.
In other news, shifting to foosball, NFL throwback unis starting to surface as we itch towards the season. I think we're under 50 days now till kickoff. Um, I know we touched on the Cardinals here already, these alternate joints. But man, some absolute heaters came out this week. I don't know about you. I can't get enough of the Eagles uniform, the Tampa Bay, the Oilers. Bring them all back for me, man. Bring them all back. So they're coming out with them Kelly Greens, right? The old Kelly Greens. Oh, the Seahawk throwbacks. That silver helmet. You know, we got a snippet of oil coming out of the can for Tennessee. You already know it's Earl Campbell time.
Yeah. Oilers. There you go.
We got the creamsicles. Classic. Vikings with a subtle throwback, right? Slapping some white stripes on the sleeves.
Don't get me started on this one.
Don't get me started on that. Those guys are nasty.
What I know you went through this list already. What would you say is your favorite out of this list?
I will say I'm pretty much torn between, again, because I don't know what those Kelly ones look like. I'm sure they're just going to be real plain. They're no more than they are, right? I think the last time they came out with them was with Vic, around that era, right? It was pretty plain. I would say then it's got to be between the Seahawks and Tampa Bay.
Creamsicles, huh?
Yeah, those are always nasty.
Yeah. You know what? The more I
Those
look
brownies.
At this, the more I look at this, I really like the way this pops, man.
You know who they
really
look like?
The way this pops.
They look like they almost look like Oklahoma State or something. No?
Yeah. Yeah. This just for some reason I don't know with the white helmet.
Yeah, the helmet.
It just looks clean, man. I'd be interested to see what unis the Falcons go with the red helmet. I know we were talking last night about we'd love to see the black uni with gray pants, right?
Yeah, with the red helmet. That'd be hot.
Red helmet, that'd be iconic. The Colts, dude, black and blue just does not go
Doesn't do
well
it for you,
together.
huh?
That just looks brutal. Can I get a close up of that?
Black and blue. So, yeah.
I'm just not a fan of this. I don't know. Too much going on. I wish they would have kept it white and then maybe just redesigned the helmet a little bit like the Lions did. Right? Kept it white, but just
but don't go full Lions.
But don't go full Lions. Never go full Lions, right? Like this is the dumbest logo I've ever seen from a professional sports team. What kind of lion is this, man?
That's that 1920s lion
this is like a Dollar General like lion stencil. They just put over the helmet and just sprayed it on. It's pretty brutal looking. But the Vikings one, depending on what if they go with the white pants, are they doing white pants? I think that'll look clean.
I think they are doing white pants. They're talking about that Paul Krause, Alan Page throwback.
But we got to talk about these ones.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever designed these.
See, to their benefit, at least I will say this: they're bringing back the old helmet. I like that old helmet. Yeah, there's something about that gray face mask. It's different, you know. It's real 90s.
But man, these are the most just plain Jane unis I've ever seen. And like, I'm all right with plain Jane, but like the white and the black don't even have their team name or the city or state or whatever on them.
Yeah,
it's just a black uni and a white uni, and it's written right on the side. Like there's nothing across the chest. This man looks like he should be on fucking Mean Machine. In the longest yard, right?
Oh, like, Jesus.
Mean machine, right? What I don't know what they're doing here. These look brutal, man.
Yeah, those are my least favorite. Easily. They could have done better.
For real, like
they could have done better.
Who puts this out and signs off on this? And who signs off on this? How do you still have jobs? Right? Like if this is the equivalent to me showing up to my job, it's sales, right?
Yeah.
Manage sales team. It's literally me showing up to work and say, hey guys, we're not going to make sales today. I would get fired for that, right?
Not good.
This is a fireable offense, man. These are pretty brutal looking. I don't know what else to say, but I do like those brown ones. These are dope.
That Njigba video was unbelievable. Did you watch that thing? It's him getting out of bed. It is so cool. If you guys haven't seen it, bro, the marketing team just eviscerated that one.
Check it out.
Decapitated that one. That was insane. Crazy. Man, talking about JSN, dude, he is like the poster child for all their stuff already. Is he really Himmy already?
He may have been the guy that got stuck doing it.
You think so? They pushed it.
He's a rookie, I'm sure.
Yeah. Geez, he's on everything, dog. Everything. Yeah, but some of the unis are fire. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see when they come out with them, when they wear them. Selfishly as a Bears fan, you got the flag behind it. I think they're rocking that orange helmet a little bit more this year. So, it is what it is.
It's vomit-inducing.
Okay, man. You guys read the title. Are running backs worthless? Or in other words, should they deserve the bag? Man, so much drama around this all week. We've got superstars crying in their feels on Twitter. We've got GMs quoting anonymously that they ain't worth shit. And millions of jabronis out there taking a side. So we had to hop on here, give you our take. Just to give you a little background, if you don't know, now you know. So running backs this past Monday was a deadline for signing a contract extension. A lot of superstar running backs were up for extensions. We had Saquon, Pollard, Jacobs as the big names that were up for extension. None of them got it, right? None of them got it. And then we're starting to see all of these tweets from players backing running backs and so forth. So it's looking like you're either going to have one of two situations. In the immediate future, it's going to be either running backs are going to hold out until they get an extension somehow, or they're going to just have to bite the bullet, take the tag, and play the season for a 1-year contract, right? And you run that risk if you do get hurt of maybe not getting that big old bag that you would have anticipated around this time of year. So, man, a lot to unpack here, my brother. A lot to unpack here. I'll tell you what. First impressions for me, because of the big names, I think some guys are deserving, right? Deserving in a specific situation where maybe 40% of the offense is funneled through said guy, and you're making a playoff run like the Giants. And I firmly at this point, I'm going to say Saquon Barkley should have been extended. Now, I know he actually did have an offer, and I want to say it was maybe for $2 million, the difference per year, and they couldn't come to terms. So interesting on both parts, right? You would think Saquon would have jumped on that offer, but in the same lens, like the Giants, $2 million a year, really, you're gonna let him go for $2 more million? I don't know, man. You're not gonna lock that down. He is the offense. Thoughts? Quiet over there. I know it's a lot.
This is such a good topic to bring up. I'm glad that everyone's talking about it around the sports world, and honestly, there's a I don't know if you're gonna call it generational change, but there is always a change every now and then, right, to a professional sports league, right? The NBA was Steph Curry, right, with the three. Everybody's shooting threes now, and really, we all can agree that it's a quarterback's league now. It's a passing league. So when one position rises, another one has to come down, right, in value. I mean, we're talking about how much money. Look at how much money these guys are getting, right, at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So if you're a sports team and you know that the quarterback position is the number one position, what's the next thing you should probably develop? Other than the obvious choice is a receiving core.
Lineman.
Defensive line to go after that quarterback.
Oh, yeah,
right?
sure. To counter. Yeah, to counter, yeah.
Right? Like, some of these defensive linemen are getting the back. So as the quarterback position went up, so did the defensive line, specifically the edge rusher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody has to come down. And to be honest with you, I really think this whole thing started back in 2018 with Le'Veon Bell, when he held out. And look what happened when he held out. They had James Conner come in and play amazing. And it just justified what the Steelers were believing in. We don't really want to pay this kind of money. We might be able to find someone that can do it cheaper. And boom, look it. He did. He came in and he played extremely well.
Let me just throw something in. Did you see this from Le'Veon Bell this past week?
I did. That's part of why I'm talking about him.
Yeah. So Joe did hear about it, right? Le'Veon actually, he was quoted somewhere. I don't know where it was, but he basically said to the fans, "I'm sorry. I should have never left, and probably should have settled for a contract with them." Right? Yeah.
Historically, it doesn't work out. I've got 4 other examples here for you. So the Broncos, right, when they had an older Terrell Davis, they had an undrafted rookie, Philip Lindsay, right? Lindsay instantly became the AFC's 3rd leading rusher. Or my bad. This was he wore his number. My apologies. He wore his number or whatever. But He came in undrafted. We all know him. They had, what was it, Anderson for a while there. They had
Moreno.
Moreno, no Sean. Undrafted,
Yeah.
comes in. AFC's third leading rusher, right? The Patriots, they had a huge year as far as injury-wise at the running back position. They stuck Cordell Patterson at running back. He did extremely well. He is now a running back, right? I believe he's still on the Falcons. I might be wrong on that one.
Yeah.
And then the Falcons replaced Devontae Freeman, one of the NFL's highest paid running backs at the time, with a platoon of Tevin Coleman and a rookie, Ito Smith. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah.
Who have combined for 880 scrimmage yards and 10 touchdowns, right? Yeah. And at the time, the Niners had Jerick McKinnon, who just had signed a 4-year, $30 million deal in the offseason with Matt Breida, and he ranked 4th in the NFC in rushing and averages 5.5 yards per carry. Mm-hmm. Like, these guys just, like, historically, they can be replaced.
Holy shit.
I'm not pissed. It's just, like, it's not a running back league anymore. Look at what Deebo Samuel's doing for the Niners, right?
Yeah.
He's a hybrid guy. He can go out and catch passes. He can run the ball. Christian McCaffrey, number 1 on this list. What does he do very well?
Yeah, catch the ball.
Catch the ball. Runs the ball, right? Like,
yeah.
It's not the power back anymore. You got to be versatile. And really, I think you can almost get just about any professional athlete to do it that's in shape, man. I mean, with some of these O-lines, you have your power back for, goal line situations or 3rd and 1s or 4th and 1s. But other than that, it's really like positionless. It's kind of like basketball now.
So in your opinion, are they worth the investment? Are they, like, if you're Saquon Barkley, he's one of the best athletes in that role. We both agree, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, hella production. You're expecting him to do a lot. Protect, run the ball successfully, right? Get out in the pass game.
Yeah.
He does it all, man.
But I think the issue is it's the same thing that happened with Lamar Jackson and why the Ravens didn't want to get him that deal, right? He runs a lot. He gets hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
These guys get hit more than anybody else.
So we're talking, career longevity, injury history. I will say, all 3 guys, here's the caveat to this question. Hey, we're talking about the broad spectrum running back position as a whole, right? Well, these 3 guys have all had serious injuries. Tony Pollard's coming off a broken ankle right now.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley has torn his ACL.
Yeah.
Right. Jacobs has had tons of shoulder problems, ankle problems. Like, is it, hey, we don't value them, or is it being painted the wrong way? Where, listen, these guys have been hurt. They've all taken 1,000+ carries.
McCaffrey got hurt.
Yeah. So
Kamara was suspended, and he was hurt too for a while. Like, man, it just happens.
I wanna say these guys deserve the bag. I do. Because yes, they are productive. Yes, they overcome injury and so forth. I've coached running back. I love the running back position. I love it. I'm endorsing it. But looking from a business side of things, man, that's an asset that's been hurt before. Who's to say it doesn't happen again? And you're trying to swim up Schitt's Creek at that point, right? If you invest all this money in a running back and he falls off a cliff.
Saquon was out, a couple games last year, right? Or was it a game or two? I think it was one or 2 games.
Yeah, I want to say he even missed last year too, right?
It may have been around his bye. His bye week.
Yeah, I think it was too, but I don't think he might not have actually missed action, but he was still, he was getting pulled out of the game left and right with that shoulder, correct?
Yeah, we were freaking out. We had him on our fantasy team
Yeah.
last year. We're like, where is he? Why is he on the field?
I think there's more to this. I think, hey, we can pull up scenarios here and there where it's not favored in the running backs, side. There's also been some favorable contracts for running backs as well. I think it's all about timing and how that injury history looks and what have you. Maybe coincidence that, hey, all 3 guys have had injuries. Maybe that's why we didn't get any extended this year. It just may be.
This one's crazy to me, though.
Say it. Tell the people that they're not watching. What do we got there?
Austin Eckler, he's the 12th paid highest running back, and he arguably was the best running back in the league last year.
Yeah, in terms of production, he was a monster. Just a monster. You know, is a guy like that worth the bag, though, at his age, right? I want to say he's like 27.
Well, what's the production fall off? It's right around 27, isn't it? Usually for running backs?
It's like right here,
Yeah.
27, 28. I mean, it starts falling.
So your value goes down. Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, we paid you, $7 million a year up until you were 27. History shows production goes down after 27. Why would I pay you more to get less production?
Here's the thing.
So maybe we need to increase the rookie deal, or these franchise tags. I feel like they sometimes fuck with guys' careers at the end of the day too, though.
They do, bro. They do. It's a means of holding a guy and trying to squeeze another year out of him. That's what people are saying. Like, hey, you get him as a rookie. They're successful, great. You can extend them right away, right? You try to get him in until he's like 26, right? You try to get him to like 5-6 years, okay? Then you try to squeeze one more if he's still productive in a tag, and then you let him walk.
Yeah,
that's the strategy amongst the critics and some GMs.
I'm sure the NFL Players Association is going to step in at some point. They might have to intervene and figure this situation out, because it's.
Should these guys come together?
They should, but I think them not playing is hurting them more, because it's just giving somebody else time to shine, and if they play well in your absence, again, why bring you back? It just proves their point even more that you are replaceable, right?
Yeah.
Look at the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
They paid Zeke all that money, and Tony Pollard outperformed them, right? That old line's great to run behind. I think Tony Pollard's just a little bit more shifty and elusive than Zeke is, right?
Mm-hmm.
He probably gets to the holes faster, which helps the line out a lot. They don't have to hold the blocks as long. So,
Isaiah Pacheco, undrafted this past year, or 7th round, whatever it was, right? You have guys that are starting to step in and be productive with little to no draft capital, which is kind of crazy.
It's a shame that it's happening, but I understand why it is. Again, when it's a quarterback's league now, again, your price goes up at one position, someone else is getting devalued, right?
You only have so much money. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody can't get paid the same.
Oof. That's a bar. You know what? You're starting to sound like a GM. It's starting to sound like you're going the other way. You're like, hey, I got to pay this quarterback. I just paid Danny Dimes $250 million.
Well, look at it this way, right? Look at it this way. Let's say, I don't know. Let's think of a team here. So the Eagles, right? The Eagles, they throw the ball to AJ Brown, right? When he catches it, how many yards does he usually get?
Let's call it 12 to 15.
12 to 15. You hand it off to your running back. How many yards does he get you?
Yeah, 4 on a good day.
It's like, I'm going to pay you more than that guy? Wide receivers are getting the bag right now, man. I don't know if you know, but Tyreek Hill getting $30 million a year. I pulled this up just for reference, right? This proves my point even more. These are the top 10 highest paid wide receivers I think this was as of May. So it could have shifted a little bit.
$30 million
Look at this.
Year.
DJ Moore makes 20.6. He makes more than Christian McCaffrey. Is DJ Moore better than Christian McCaffrey? No, he's not.
Even if you put McCaffrey in a slot, he'd probably be better than DJ.
He's not, but his production, right? Again, he gets you more.
Yeah.
He goes along with that $40-50 million quarterback that you pay every year, right? Or how much ever it is. So it's like, you need these guys for that guy, right?
Yeah, you need them.
These guys, again, I really think that they're replaceable. And again, Deebo Samuel, the way he runs the ball and catches passes for the Niners, and then our boy right here that we brought him up earlier, Cordero Patterson, guy went from wide receiver to running back, and he's been pretty decent.
I did say years ago, you go back into my tweets, listen, I told you guys maybe about 6 years ago, right when they made a transition of making him a running back, it was going to be a great transition. I'm just saying, I'm not putting it out. I'm just
the guy sees the field, man. I wish the Bears would have done something like this with Devin Hester. Not necessarily line him up in the backfield because he's smaller than Patterson is, but
they tried with Patterson. They tried. It was just scheme wise, it didn't fit.
Yeah, But this is really crazy, man. The top 10 wide receivers make more than the number one running back. So
that is wild.
It shows you where the league's going and where it has been going, I should say. But yeah, man.
I think that pretty much answers it then, right? Like, as much as we want to give our takes on this, listen, RBs are not dead, but they're certainly not worth what they should anymore.
Deebo. He catches and runs the ball. Gets $23.9 million a year.
The league does not value them like they once did. That's 100% fact. 100%. Well, that was awesome. Great take. I love that wide receiver stat you just pulled up. That's great. Let's end on a bang, though. Hey, let's try to talk some good about running backs. Let's bring it back to when times were better, right? We're gonna build out our top 20 all-time running back list. Okay, we've got a ton of guys on this tier list here. What do you say? We're just throwing 4 in each section. That's how we're gonna do it.
Sure.
A lot of oldies, a lot of current guys in here, and everybody in between. So we want to hear your thoughts after the fact. Who should have been on this list? I want to hear why Joe's take of Emmitt Smith not being top 3 is criminal, and so forth. So we're gonna start. What you want to start from the bottom up?
Yeah, you can hit us with number 20.
Okay, I'm pulling up mine here. All right, in and around this range, I'm going to start with this guy here. I'm going to start with a new guy. Okay? Ooh. And this is kind of a crazy take. But I'm going to put CJ2K as 20. He's had an ultra productive career. Okay? Ultra productive. One of only so many to hit 2,000, right? In his prime, almost unstoppable. Arguably the fastest running back of all time. I know some truthers about Bo Jackson are going to say he's number 1. I got to see it on an actual video. CJ2K with that 4.2. That's just crazy. I'm throwing him in at 20.
Jeez. Yeah,
I know. But when you think about him in his prime, almost 2,100 yards in a season, that's crazy. In modern football. It was modern football, fellas.
Oh, boy. CJ2K at 20.
Hell of it. Listen, I had to start it off hot, right?
Yeah.
Had to come out of the gates.
No, definitely. All right. So I think I'm going to go with someone that we talked about with yesterday. Just this guy flew under the radar for a lot of people, but he had a very decent and I'd say successful career at the end of the day. I'm going to put, and again, this is a hot take, man. A lot of y'all are probably going to be like, what the hell are you thinking?
You better not do it.
What are you thinking?
You're sick.
I am sick.
You're sick.
Steven Jackson.
Holy shit.
19, bro. This guy did it all. He was, again, under the radar. A lot of y'all are probably like, holy shit, I haven't heard that name in forever. But to think about how long he did it for, I think he's right there. He's got to be right there. CJ2K, again, he put up big numbers, but he didn't have as long of a career, I'd say. So Steven Jackson, 19. You gotta shake it up a little bit, man. I don't want to just do a list that looks like every other NFL analyst list,
Steven Jackson is 18th all-time in rushing. I will give you that. CJ2K, 35th all-time with 10,000 yards almost. It's a pretty good take. Pretty good take, Joe. All right. Here we go. 17. Again, this is our era, right? We're showing no love to the old heads, but this is our era. Talking about a guy who played on an absolute shit franchise for years and years. At the end, he got a little taste of success with Mr. Billy Belichick and Tom Brady. But this is going to be Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor, okay, almost 12,000 yards rushing. Early on, right out of the gates, an absolute monster. Came out 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. If it wasn't for some injuries, we could be talking about Fred Taylor inside the top 10 all time.
Oh, here he is.
We could be talking about Fred Taylor as top 10 running back all time. If it wasn't for some injuries, he had a bunch of them.
Fred Taylor.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. What are we at? What is this? 17? 16?
17.
17.
Man, there's a lot of people still out there too, man. Like Kyle said, we're probably not going to show as much love to most of the oldies as.
Listen, I love you oldies.
Him and I both agree that. Come on, you put Fred Taylor back in the 70s. He's not the greatest running back of all time.
Oh, Fred Taylor is going bananas.
You put CJ2K on the 85 Bears, right? It's just.
But he would have never lasted. Toughness and grit. So, for me, this is, again, somebody more our generation. This guy, man, he was the glue for his organization for a while. I'm pretty sure he only played there from what I remember. Super consistent. Over 10,000 rushing yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 55 rushing touchdowns, over 17,000 all-purpose yards and 68 TDs. Can you guess who this is? I can't see. You tell me. Lay it on me.
Tiki Barber.
Tiki at 17,000?
Yes.
Holy shit. That's underrated.
Yeah. He finished his whole career with New York. That was the only team he played for. But Tiki Barber, man.
High and tight. Mr. Ball Security himself, man. Mr. Ball Security himself. All right, we gotta bring it back to earth. I'm gonna throw a legend at you.
All right,
okay. Part of one of the greatest successful NFL runs in the history of football. Yes, that 90s Bills run. Thurman Thomas at 12,000 rushing yards, 65 touchdowns. He's absolutely on this list. One of those guys that also helped pave the way for running backs to receive the ball out of the backfield. He had, a bunch of seasons around 60 catches. Thurman Thomas.
All right. Thurman it is.
Crazy how they never got one in, right? They never got one. That's just wild.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So you went with Thurman.
I took your guy, didn't I?
No. Thurman. I'm just thinking of who I'm going to go next. I wasn't expecting Thurman. All right. So we're at what? That was 16?
Yeah.
18, 16. Okay. Man, I'm debating between two guys right now. I think I know who I'm gonna go with. Okay. All right. This guy, he was a part of a couple Super Bowl winning teams. Didn't necessarily have the longest career, but it's kind of like a Barry Sanders situation. Like, this guy could have been right up there in the top 4 or 5 greatest running backs of all time had his career been a little bit longer. In 78 games, had 7,600 rushing yards, 4.6 yards per carry, almost 9,000 yards per scrimmage, and 65 total touchdowns. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I gotta find him real quick on this list. Can you guess who it is? I see him.
Are you talking about Bo Jackson? No,
it's
he didn't have
Terrell
that many
Davis.
yards.
It's Terrell
TD.
Davis.
Oh, yeah. He didn't have enough games. So I was thinking about a guy who didn't have enough games.
Yeah.
Yeah, TD. He had a 2,000-yard season, too. Let's not knock that. 100%. Well deserved.
But again, almost averaged 100 yards a game.
Yeah, stud.
Yeah.
Stud. Helped Elway get to that title. 100%. Okay. Gonna throw another oldie at you. Let's talk about a guy that not only played running back, but also played fullback. Are you ready for this? On tons of successful teams, whether it be the Raiders, the Chiefs in the 90s. This guy did it for many, many years. 12,000 yards rushing, Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen. More than deserving. A guy that literally took a third of his snaps at fullback, helping lead block.
Where is he? I don't see him.
Oh,
there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus Allen, huh?
Yeah. Just imagine a guy with 12,000 yards who also was a lead blocker. What? That's crazy.
I had him a little bit higher. What is that? That's we're on 13 now, right? Right. So 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Oh boy. Oh, we're getting short. We're getting short on this list now.
Now we're at the short list. This is where it could get hot. It's where, because if you miss one of these guys,
I know
it's gonna get spicy.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh shit! I got two guys that I want on here, and they both deserve to be on here, but I don't think that either of them will be in the next drop. Shit. All right. I'm gonna just go with. Man, that's a tough one because I really like this guy.
Just say it. Say it. It's our list.
Right.
No bullshit. This is real fucking opinions.
This is, for me, this guy. I really like this guy at running back. Unfortunately, I really wish that he didn't play against us. This guy had 148 games, over 12,000 rushing yards, 4 yards a carry, 80 rushing touchdowns, over 15,000 yards from scrimmage, 91 total touchdowns, Pro Football Hall of Fame, Mr. And I got to find him real quick. You probably already know who it is. Is that him right there? Mr. Edgerrin James?
Yeah, that's a nice pick.
Yep.
That's a nice pick. He's more than deserving.
Yeah. I wanted him a little bit higher, but we're getting to that nitty-gritty point.
Man, I forgot how late he played, all the way up until 2009 in Seattle. Holy crap. Okay. Where are we at here? This is 12?
12.
This is where it gets juicy. Okay, I got my guy. We can't listen. I gotta give some love to the old heads. Lone Star Nation, stand up. This is gonna be Tony Dorsett. Yeah. I don't love it. He was fast as shit. He had some huge runs. Again, you can't write the NFL story without him. One of the greats. Pretty much did it in Dallas his entire career. Almost 13,000 yards. Again, home to some huge runs, 99-yard touchdown runs, stuff like that. So, throw him in there. I almost want to throw Edge in front of him. I don't know.
I just didn't know who you were gonna pick, but that's the thing about this list.
You don't know. All
right, I think I'm gonna stick with oldie. Since you went oldie, I'm gonna show some love to our team here. This guy played 68 games, Again, small sample size. 5,000
Oh
yards,
no!
five yards per carry, 39 rushing touchdowns, almost 10,000 all-purpose with
Oh, he's
56,
showing love.
56 total touchdowns. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he also made the NFL all-time 100 team back in 2019. This would be, you can probably say it for us,
The Bo Jackson.
Mr. Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers, same deal. It hurts to throw some of these guys in there, right? Without the longevity, and when they're in that older era, you almost have to do it though, right?
This is paying respect.
That's I was gonna say that's a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Look him in the eyes. Man, Gale Sayers. Oh boy. It's looking like we're probably gonna leave Bo Jackson off this list, huh?
Rightfully so.
Oh boy, we're gonna get some heat. All right.
Should stick to baseball.
Okay, this guy, he's in the same breath as someone we've placed up here. Same kind of player, just did it better. Actually, we're gonna name him as the turning point for changing the running back position. This is Marshall Faulk. Okay, when you go and look at his stats, absolutely went nuclear in the pass game. He's got seasons with, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons in a row with 80 receptions. Hit over 1,000 around 8 times.
Oh.
More than deserving, man. He really changed the position. Greatest show on turf. How long did he play? Till 05.
Yeah, he played from 94 to 05. So you put him at, what was that, 10? You got him at 10. Wow.
I mean, he changed the position, man.
I had him a little bit higher than that.
He changed it.
Man, you be shaking this list up when you be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man. Fuck,
You're gonna have to bless another oldie, aren't you?
Shit. I'm running out of people. I had Marshall Faulk like in my top 7, 8. I got to stretch for this one now. All right.
You got to do it. You got to get him up there. I know you don't want to, but you got to get him up there.
I don't know who you're talking about. Man. I don't want to put this guy on this list, but I'll have to. This guy had a pretty solid career. Pretty much played with one team his whole career up until like the last year of his career. But 135 games, over 1,100 rushing yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 61 rushing touchdowns, over 14,000 all-purpose yards, 76 total touchdowns, Pro Football Hall of Fame, NFL Top 100 again from 2019. This guy was electric. Just wish that he was a little bit smarter with his life choices is all. This is Mr. I got to find him on the list. They may have blacklisted him from this list. I don't even think he's on here.
Do we got a write-in?
We might have a write-in. This is O.J. Simpson.
Oh, he's on there.
This is O.J. Simpson.
Is he on the bottom?
No, that's not him. He was number 36.
Slap him in, or we'll call him OJ.
Yeah,
so OJ Simpson, the juice.
They might have blacklisted him from here.
Does the glove fit?
Yeah, I don't see him. All
right, OJ. Wow, OJ had some years. 200-yard games, stuff like that. All right. Pay your respects. An oldie but a goodie. Short career but super dominant. He played against a bunch of plumbers. Let's be honest. A bunch of plumbers were out there trying to tackle this guy, and he was an absolute specimen. Like 6'2", 230. Ran a 4.5. This is Jim Brown. Just sickening. His stats were absolutely filth. Remember, in 12 games and 14-game seasons, 1,000, 1,500, 13, 13, 14,000, 1,900. Come on. Just sickening. Sickening.
Jim Brown.
Career yards per game, 104.
Yeah. He's good. You and I think
I
alike.
know.
All right. I've been wanting to put this guy on this list for a minute now, and I wasn't sure if I should wait or if I should have put.
Is this guy jonesing right now to put a guy on a list?
But I think now is the right time. This guy was just very, very consistent throughout his career. Only played for 2 teams, had around a 11, 12-year career, 168 games, over 14,000 rushing yards, 4.0 yards per carry, 90 total rushing touchdowns.
Wow, I'm surprised. Wow.
17,000 yards from scrimmage and 100 total touchdowns. Not many people can say they get to 100 total touchdowns. Pro Football Hall of Famer. This is, you probably already know, Kyle.
Say it. I can't guess.
This is Curtis Martin.
Oh, no. I'm pulling him up right now. Curtis. I'll tell you what, man. Honestly, his numbers shock me. He just might be the most underrated running back in NFL history. Quite honestly. Nobody talks about Curtis Martin. One thing, he didn't get in the end zone enough. He started out of the gates hot, 2 14-touchdown seasons, and then really struggled to get around double-digit touchdowns. So, yeah, I almost got to put it out there. 14,000 yards rushing, 6 all-time.
He is the oldest player in NFL history to win a rushing title. He in 2004, he was 31, and he ran for 1,694 yards. He led the league in rushing that year at 31.
Wow. Crazy. Where are we at now? Where's this put us?
We are at 6.
6? Oh, my goodness.
I know. It's closing in on us.
Oh, this is getting tough.
There's going to be some people that get left off.
All right. Oh, Jesus.
I know. There's people getting left off.
Oh, Jesus.
We screwed up.
Oh, Jesus. This is tough.
Let's make it 25.
All right.
We're changing it. We're making it 25. So this is actually number.
I will say
11.
I will say, because we were about to leave off one guy, it's indisputable. As much as we don't want to say it, so I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna go Jerome Bettis. The bus. The bus, shockingly, almost 14,000 yards rushing. Right, pretty darn dominant early on too. 14 right out of the gates. Just balling. A career 71 yards per game. Obviously Hall of Famer or what have you. The bus. Oh, God, I'm glad we changed it because it was almost getting sketchy there. I almost had to leave off Jerome Bettis and put in CJ2K. Holy shit.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Holy shit.
All right. So for me, the next guy, I'm just going to say him real quick. Earl Campbell. Can't leave him.
Oh, God. Earl Campbell.
You can't leave. I know. I was looking at the guys that I had left on my list, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to be leaving some, top, 10 NFL running backs off. But
he's so deserving.
Earl Campbell, so deserving, right? Guy had a pretty decent career.
He had some monster seasons, right? Monster seasons.
115 total games, 9,400 rushing yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 74 rushing TDs, over 10,000 yards from scrimmage, and 74 total touchdowns. That's crazy. All of his touchdowns were rushing. He never caught one. Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100 all time, right? NFL 100. He deserves to be on this list. Earl Campbell.
Okay, we'll keep this thing rolling here. This is where it gets into the nitty gritty. This is number, whatever we want to call it, flexible now. But it's going to be Frank Gore. This is Frank Gore. 16,000 yards rushing. Mr. Longevity himself. He played 16 seasons in the NFL, all the way up until the age of 37 in 2020. Pretty wild. Think he got his ass knocked out in a boxing match recently.
Did he?
So, yeah. I mean, we can't not put him in the top 5. Again, early on in his career, dominated with San Fran. So, Frank Gore.
Where the heck is Frank Gore on this? No love to Frank Gore?
Right in.
Really? He's not on here? Oh, no, he's right here. He's
There you
smiling.
go.
All right, Frank Gore. That one.
This is the nitty gritty.
That one jumped a lot of people's lists, probably. All right, so how many spots we got left? We got 7 spots left.
I mean, there's only so many guys. Is there? I got around 1, 2. I got 4 guys left on mine.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. I have 6 left, so I'm gonna have to slot one. I'm just gonna take my guys, and then maybe you can fill the gaps. All right. So next for me, this guy was extremely dominant early 90s all the way through.
I gotta stand up because this is starting to get.
And then even into the
toasty.
early 90s, he bounced around the league a little bit, but he's still a very, very, very successful career. 146 total games, over 1,300 rushing yards, 4.4 yards per carry, 90 rushing TDs, over 15,000 yards from scrimmage.
Oh, I got 5 guys left. My bad. I got 5
96
guys.
total touchdowns. Again, Hall of Famer, top 100 all time. I think this guy gets a little overshadowed because of the hype that Bo Jackson had. I think this guy loses a little bit of his street. I don't know. I guess street cred, like his notoriety. Not as many people know his name as much as people know Bo Jackson's name. But for me, it's Mr. Eric Dickerson.
Oh, you're right. I got 6 guys. I have ED here too. Shit. ED. Absolutely. ED was a monster. A monster. All right, next up. Man, the touchdown machine. This guy could do it all. Holy shit. On the ground, in the receiving game, and even in the air. LT. Oh my goodness, was he fun to watch.
Yeah.
Talk about that touchdown season he had. How many was it? Was it 28 on the ground? That's insane.
162 total touchdowns in his
He had
career.
a season with 31 touchdowns. Jesus Christ.
Literally Mr. Production. Wow.
Fantasy demon.
So that was
All
number
right.
6. All right, number
Yeah.
5.
Oh, it's getting good.
5.
This is where the takes come in.
Ooh,
This is where the
I
take
gotta
comes
see how
in.
many guys I got left now. Hold on. Who did I just put? I put Dickerson. I got
ED,
1,
LT.
2, 3, 4.
So do
And
I.
I think our 4 are the same. So I'm gonna throw in a wild card here because our 4 are the same. So let me take a gander real quick. Let me take a peek. This is where we fucked up.
Throw him in at the end. Who's 20?
He's the number 1 greatest overall of all time.
Who's 25? Who's
Man.
25?
I mean, we got some good people off this list, but it is what it is.
I got a guy around that 25 range.
We can't add him in at the end.
Oh, throw him in right now. Throw him in at the back end here.
Nah.
You're gonna slot. You better not slot someone in the top 5.
I'm gonna do controversial here. Controversial.
Oh.
This is someone that we hate.
Okay.
I shouldn't say hate, but this is somebody that probably is. Again, this is to fill a spot, man.
Toss
This is
one
the
in there.
goat
Holy
spot.
shit. Where are we at?
Bo Jackson. Just throw him
Oh, God.
Just throw
Oh,
him in.
God. Oh,
I
God.
hate- I
my
hate it.
eyes. My
No,
eyes.
you're right. You're right. Get him out
My
of there.
eyes.
You're right. Get him out of there. Because I know who our
Holy
top
shit.
4 is. It's the exact same. Our top 4
It
is the
is.
exact
So let's
same.
just ride with it. This might be a 24-man fucking list.
All right. Whatever. Okay. Then
Who's your
I'll
next
do
up?
that.
Who's your next up?
My next up. God.
This is what
I
matters.
am going to catch a lot of heat for this
Oh,
one.
God.
I am going to
I'm
catch
getting nervous.
a lot of heat
Oh,
for this.
you're sick. You're sick.
My number 4, right? Because this will be number 4.
Oh, Christ.
Right? This will be
This is
will be
4.
number 4. For me, man, guys, I don't see the hype around this guy.
Hype?
I don't
Hype?
see the hype. The numbers are there, right?
Oh, my God.
The numbers are there, right?
Oh, my God. He said the
But-
hype.
Listen. The numbers are there, right? I don't think it was as much him as the people he was running behind, right? I just don't, man.
He had some nice
He had
cattle.
a long career, right? 226 games, all-time NFL leading rusher, right? 18,000 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, 164 rushing touchdowns, over 2,100 yards from scrimmage, 175 total touchdowns, Hall of Famer, top 100 all time. But the last 3, I just think we're better from a just individual standpoint. If you put any one of those 3 on this guy's team in their prime, they have better numbers than this guy. I'm going to, again, catch a lot of heat for this, but it's Emmitt Smith at number 4. Just because you have the most yards doesn't mean you're the best. Doesn't mean you're the best, right?
You're right. Just because you sell the most stuff doesn't mean you're the best salesman.
There's a lot more that goes into it.
Relationship building. I get you.
A lot more. But yeah, Emmitt Smith. So we got 3 left, and I'm very interested to see who you put at number 3 because, oh man, I know we go back and forth on this one a lot. The top 3. We talk about it all the time.
Okay, here we go. You know what? I gotta pay my respects to the old heads. I gotta. Now, I want to make sure I talk this guy up the right way because he is my favorite running back of all time. He's every bit as good as these guys in the top 2 in his prime. A guy that came back from ACL and did put up 1,500 yards in modern football. Listen, this is modern football. This is sling the ball in the air football. This is Adrian Peterson, man. Let me tell you, when he had that head bob up the sideline, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. You're not catching him. All day AP, just an absolute monster in football. Do you remember him coming into the league early? Literally, they rode that guy.
Year, man. He lit it up his rookie year.
Just a monster. An absolute monster. Most rushing yards in a game all time. Demon.
I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I was hoping he didn't pick him. Truthfully, hear me out, truthfully. I personally think Adrian Peterson's the best running back in NFL history.
Oh, shit.
I do.
Oh,
I really do. Dude, again, you put him on the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith had those. Dude, it's over.
Yeah.
They win every Super Bowl in the 90s.
Just a specimen.
He's insane. Like speed-wise, power-wise. I mean, you've seen the videos of him trucking people.
Oh, my God.
You've seen the videos of him outrunning people.
That Steelers truck off that, he caught like an angle route, and he just depleted that.
He was special, man. He was special. I really think that if he played, in those eras, he would have had a longer career, and B, he would have had way better numbers. But
here's the thing. Let me gas him up one more time. I'm just looking at the stat. Here's some hidden stats here. This is how good AP was, right?
Stud.
This is how good he was. The year is 2021. Adrian Peterson is 36, going on 37 years old after knee surgery and being a battering ram in modern football against the greatest athletes in the sports generation, right? It's the year 2021. He's starting off. He gets signed by Tennessee. They ride him for a couple games. Okay, he only has 27 attempts for 82 yards and a touchdown. He gets cut from Tennessee midseason. He gets picked up by Seattle. He plays one game, 11 carries, 16 yards and a touchdown. Dude, plug him in. He's going to produce for you. Plug him in. I don't care how minute the yardage was and yards per carry. Listen, he's 36, and they're opting to take an AP and in the heat of battle. That's crazy.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to number 2. And again, I really think that this top 3 is interchangeable. Honestly,
they're on their own tier. Huh? I like that.
You can move them around as much as you'd like, and it would make sense to me at least. I could look at it and go, yeah, that makes sense. But
yeah.
So I'm just number 2. I'm just looking at like what I think is a running back, right? When I look at you, I go, are you a running back, man? Like, do you fit that mold? And this guy,
better not disrespect this guy.
This guy. Again,
sending him your address as we speak.
Again, I had him 3, right? I had this guy 3 on my list.
I could see that.
He's super quick, elusive, right, man? Guy could find a hole and just take off, right? Very electric. I don't know who has the nickname Mr. Highlight, but this guy definitely, that could be one of his nicknames, Mr. Highlight.
Crazy highlight.
153 games. Over 15,000 rushing yards, 5 yards carry. Short career. Around like what, nine seasons or so.
Too short, right?
I guess that's kind of like the average career though, running backs nowadays. So I guess you can't really call it short now in hindsight. But
bro, look at how he ended that last season.
99 total rushing touchdowns, over 18,000 all-purpose. 109 total touchdowns, Hall of Famer, top 10 or top 100 all time. For me, and this is not me being biased at all, but it's Barry Sanders.
Yeah, he ended his last year at the age of 30, 98, 1,500 yards on the ground. That's maddening. That is just maddening. Never missed 1,000. A career average of 5 yards a carry.
I think his only knock, and we all know who number 1 is at this point. I think his only knock is he didn't have more team success. And I know we're talking about individuals, but he didn't have enough team success. It's great that you put up all those numbers, but what do they mean at the end of the day? And the guy that's number 1, his numbers were more meaningful.
Yeah, 100%. And so number 1, man, sweetness, Walter Payton. You know, I just want to find some hidden stats here, right? Obviously, he's number 2 all time. Emmitt Smith had to break his record in order to reach the all-time list there. 110 touchdowns, Super Bowl winner.
5 total touchdowns, too.
Yeah. And, man, just a workhorse. Like, he's got a season with 400 carries. That's crazy. Active in the receiving game, several seasons, around 50 receptions. You know, a guy that could do it all, literally step in and play quarterback for your team if need be. Just craziness. The stories we've heard around him are just bananas.
3-time league MVP.
The list goes on and on.
9-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, it just stinks that he's not around for us to talk about him more often. Man, but around here, he's a fucking legend, as we all know. Walter Payton. So that wraps up our list. And I will tell you what, quick glance, I think I love our top 2 tiers. I love our top 2 tiers. Those are money. Quite honestly, the B tier looks really good too.
Yeah.
Looks really, really good. So,
Had to put our own twist on it.
who did we leave off the list, people? Tell us.
I can tell you one right now that we left off. Franco Harris is one.
Yeah.
And then
I never respect Franco Harris though.
you could have made an argument for like Priest Holmes or
Corey Dillon.
Corey Dillon.
Yeah.
Could have made an argument for those.
LaShawn McCoy.
Maybe Sean Alexander.
So you could have put LaShawn where I was on the fringe of LaShawn or CJ, but CJ was so elite at his peak that I had to put him above LaShawn. Like, LaShawn's stats are there. He played along, like, the receiving game. But CJ in those couple of years was a monster. Put some respect on his name.
It's a good list.
It's a good list, man.
I like it.
Hey,
if you love it, you hate it, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, man. Drop the comments. We want to talk that talk with you. This was a fun one today. I'm standing up. I'm ready to go. Had the shades on because the eyes were bloodshot, but we're good to go today now. We are good to go. So we'll catch you guys next week. Man, I'm excited. Football under 50 days. It'll be here before you know it. Shit's going to get rowdy. We'll see you guys on the Instagram lives and stuff soon, man. It's going to get popping up in here. Any words of wisdom before these guys bounce?
Ooh. Man. I don't know. Come back to me. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with a cliche, man. Live every day like it's your last. Have a good one.
Oh, real quick. My handle. It's time to move on, right? I always throw something in here to discuss. And we talked about it a little bit earlier with the running backs, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some of these guys, it just might be time to move on from their teams, right? I know they get franchise tagged or whatever, but it might be time to move on. Take some money elsewhere, ride the franchise tag out, whatever, and just go somewhere else. If you don't like it, if you don't like where you're at, go somewhere else. Firm believer in that. Somebody else might see your value. But yeah, the running back controversy going on right now, it's a very interesting one, and I'm sure we'll follow it very closely as far as what happens with Saquon, what happens with any of these guys that are waiting to have extensions or whatever. But yeah, that, and check out what Hard Knocks is coming up. I know they just Jets training camp just opened up. On Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, they're going to be all over that. That's going to be crazy.
You're checking that out when it comes out, and then that quarterback documentary that Kyle mentioned last week. I still haven't gotten a chance to watch that, but I know you recommended it, so
it's a good one.
Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, man, that's a good one. Come talk that talk. Drop your comments, feedback below. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.